One, two, what it do, my people? It's your boy, DJ Soap, the son of a preacher man. My music is clean, my God is king, and I rep him when I'm on the scene. I'm coming to you live and directing live from my living room. And I don't want to be before you long, but I want to share some thoughts about the last few days, few hours, mainly about what happened in Utah as it related to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And in response to that, I've seen a lot of the posts and been trying to gather my thoughts and things. And there seems to be really three groups as it relates to the response. You have people that were ideologically aligned with Charlie, at least to some basic level, that have a level of fear, concern, and are very sad in this moment. Then you have people that have been communicating that even though they didn't agree with Charlie on either anything or most of what he said, that they don't believe that he should have lost his life because of his ideas. But then there's a third group, and this third group seems to be either indifferent or almost in celebration over the fact that this man is no longer living. And I think that matters, because what I've seen in the first two groups is almost an admonishment of the third, because what they're saying is that there's a callousness, there's a dark nature to those individuals. But the thing is that third group has been citing commentary, and they've been bringing up moments that Charlie has said different things in which he was unfeeling and callous to people in their times of despair and problems. And I don't think that there's a real way you can defend the fact that he said certain things. And I think that this is a moment for us to pause and kind of consider what it means for that third group. It's not to say that I agree that someone should lose their life behind what they have to say. And I do believe that there's a certain responsibility behind the people that have labeled certain people things that have now helped usher a certain way to see people. But if you are leaning in to the narrative that is how people have labeled you, or you accept a certain ideology, or even the fact that when certain moments and things happen that you communicate in a way that makes those people that you're talking about to be those people, or socio-political commentary pawns, the way that Charlie Kirk communicated about George Floyd, or how he has communicated about individuals in Chicago and the shootings and things that happened there, or even how he's communicated about DEI, and some of these comments I wasn't even aware of, and I stay pretty connected to what people are talking about. The way that he presented a level of callousness in those moments, it becomes difficult to be able to then, when there's a time of despair and when empathy would be extended or needed to be extended to you, that you will find it difficult for people to empathize or feel bad for you. So for those that are on the right, I think that what I've noticed in my short time of paying attention to politics over the last maybe 10 years or so, those on the right feel like their ideas are good because they believe that their ideas are good. You know, the whole idea of facts don't care about your feelings. And I do believe that facts don't care about your feelings. But the thing is, facts are not people, and people care about people's feelings and how the things they say impact those individuals. And so what those on the right, I think they could do better is present your ideas, but think about the how you present your ideas. When you consider the how, I believe that you'll get to a better point of more people accepting your ideas, and they certainly won't have as much ammunition to label you in the certain evil ways of seeing individuals, fascists and dictators and Nazis and all these different things. But for those on the left, I think that there's also has to be a certain level of honesty and not trying to label everybody, everything a certain way, because it becomes difficult to be truly honest about how you see the world if you're afraid of being labeled a certain way. There was a time in American life where having a certain ideology just meant you didn't agree with another ideology. It didn't mean that you found those other people as evil. They were your countrymen. You just disagreed on certain things. Even in some even times where there was a bit more like on the books hostility, there still was an idea of a certain level of unification. We just didn't agree on certain things. It's very interesting now, but that there's a even higher degree of disunity in America, division in America. So this video isn't so much about, RIPs and calling for empathy. It's actually about that third group and what their response means for those on the left and on the right. And in this socio-political conversation commentary I think this can be a moment. And ironically, recording this 24 years after a moment where there was a lot of specific unity in America. So much so, I mean, even the president at the time had a 90+% approval rate because everybody was unified. It was us against evil. And I do believe that it's still us against evil, but it's a different type of evil at this particular moment. And so I just want us to get back to a point where we just don't agree on certain things, but we're not trying to find ways to paint the others as evil. Think about the how you present your ideas. Make sure you're honest in how you present your ideas as well. Be consistent and just have integrity. I think that this moment can be a turning point for things, or it could be a footnote for the next set of problems. But at the end of the day, I just pray for peace. There's need for people that have more right-leaning views and people that have more left-leaning views. I think that we need each other. People that are more conservative want to try to keep things that have a certain level of, they want to conserve things. They wanted things to be able to continue and go forward. But then you have people on the left that without them, there would be no care for certain individuals. So people are needed on both sides. But when we devolve into these camps and silos, you have moments like what happened yesterday and people concerned about what will happen next. I have many more thoughts, but I think I've shared a lot. So until I talk next time, it's your boy. My music will always remain clean, but the most important thing is that my God will always remain king. I'm out.